And with that, welcome to another wonderful episode of Vagabond Nerds, brought to you by Titan Comics. Remember, Titan Comics, titancomics.com, off of Web Chapel and 635.
Also, they are having their very first ever Black Friday sale on November 29th. So,
really? So November 29th. There you go. Black Friday sale. Go be there. Spend all of your Christmas money at Titan Comics.
Remember, the more money you spend there, the less we get.
Exactly.
Hi, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy. Sorry you're doing the Black Friday thing, man. That sucks. Wait, Saturday, though, right?
Friday.
No,
it
is Friday?
Yeah, he's doing Friday.
Sorry, man.
He's open Friday anyway.
Yeah,
man. He's always been open there. But he's actually running a sale.
Okay.
So
is he doing the whole early AM super like, 2 in the morning kind of thing?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I hope not.
No, I think normal. We'll find out. But yeah, go again. TitanComics.com. Go see Jeremy. Spend your Christmas money there. He's paying for us to be here on the show. So thank him.
Support Titan Comics and support Vagabond Nerds.
Exactly. So how are you guys?
We're doing good.
It's been a weird week, man. It's been a really weird week. It's been a rough week too.
I'm sorry. Do you need a hug?
$1,700 later, and my wife's car is fixed.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Last Saturday, I spent about 4 hours replacing the front wheel bearing, hub wheel bearing assembly, which was fun. Nice. So, and then way to go, Raymond.
Yeah.
Thanks. You're welcome.
Nice job. Nice job. We're gonna pass that torch to you if you keep doing that. By the way.
How about you shut the hell up and continue talking about your wife's car?
Yeah, so ended up being both lower control arms that she had to replace.
That's awesome. Nobody cares.
So,
we got anyone special today?
Wow.
Yes.
What a dick.
Yeah, in a box.
Hey, considering I had to replace my right one, just one single one, and it cost almost $2,000. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like, we got it for under, $1,700.
Yeah.
Mine was $1,700 just for one.
God, what are you driving?
A Vo.
Okay. All right.
Never mind.
That is expensive. All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Well, so I understand your plight.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. That sucks. That could have been a bill or a Christmas gift or something.
That's right.
Even a beautiful pair of earrings for the wife. But it could have been worse.
Just
saying.
Speaking of Christmas gifts, right? Donations.
Yes.
We do.
Cat.
Oh, yeah. Very Spidey Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Ray. It's our 4th annual Very Spidey Christmas coming up this Christmas. Jansen, my fiance, and I, we pass out toys to underprivileged kids in Southeast Dallas. Really no definition as to what location, but what is this?
What do we have here, Sean?
Well,
what do we do?
We figured that we would chip in
What?
for the donations.
Because that's what we have to do.
Yep.
That's what we all should be doing, guys.
Oh, my God.
To donate to the cause for the kids.
Those are awesome.
Grabbed a bunch of
Spider-Man.
We got Black Panther, we got Captain America, and we have Star-Lord. We also have Captain Marvel, but much like her appearance in the movie, she's late to the party. So sooner or later she'll be here, but I think maybe later today.
Yeah.
So we've got
seriously?
some toys to give to the kids.
Oh, I'm crying back here, y'all.
And we do want to encourage, and we have links, and we'll put some more links up on our Facebook. But please, if you have time, this is important. There's a lot of kids out there that don't get to have a Christmas that they should.
That's right.
So please, if you can, donate. You can donate cash, you can donate toys, but we certainly want to support.
Exactly. And again,
support
the thing with the cash is Jansen and Dallas on Air has worked out a deal with HaHa Toys out in Garland. So that if you can't donate toys, you can donate money, and it'll go a little bit further than maybe just ordering things off the internet or whatever.
That's right.
Which, by the way, huge shout out to Manny with HaHa Toys. We met them last year, and the night that we met them, we did it at a wrestling event, Heroes Wrestling. And we didn't even know Manny, but at the end of the night, he still had a lot of toys left and was like, you know what? This is a great cause. Let's load up the back of your car.
That's awesome.
And they did.
Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
They're good
Very
people.
cool.
So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
We couldn't do it without your support. I swear. We wouldn't be anywhere without y'all. So thank you.
So,
you are absolutely welcome.
Yeah, we'll have links below to help donate to Jansen's and Dallas on Air's Very Spidey Christmas. So it'll be on Facebook. So go to our Facebook page. You'll see the links there. Cool. But now I have to introduce a very special guest.
Well, I feel really bad that we've had on hold for this long, but thanks for hanging in there, bud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So I'd like to introduce, for those of you who have not met him yet, Bradley Golden. He's written for a lot of AP Comics, including Magazine, horror comics, exciting comics, and the blockbuster. Yeah, I know. Blockbuster Leave on the Light, which
even Bradley knows you can't. Speak
you know
for
what?
shit,
I'm done.
man.
I'm done here, man.
No. You need to keep. You need to keep talking.
Focus, buddy.
Yeah. Anyway, he's helped in reshaping a lot of even the classic comic characters like Blackjack and the Ghost, and you're working on a new Kickstarter for a prequel to Leave on the Light. I understand. These damn kids.
Well, first off, thank you, Bradley, for joining us. By the way, appreciate it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this, man. You've had quite the career writing some horror things, which is awesome. I know that part of us want to like just jump in and start talking about your projects. I'm pretty sure you do as well. So, sorry that we're going to drag this out. But tell us a bit about yourself, man.
Well, I'm based off of Mississippi, born in Pontotoc. Yeah, I'm country. Just went to a little community college here, graduated from Pontotoc High School, and been doing comics for about 11 years now.
Okay.
And got my first book last year, the first part last year, with AP been done. Wanted to bring my Victoria Black over and put it in magazine. That's how I got started with AP.
How did you get hooked up with Ben?
Oh, I pitched my Victoria Black comic to him.
Okay.
Oh,
And
cool. Okay.
in the process of redoing magazine, and he saw it, read it, liked it, and put it in.
Now, the horror genre that you're writing, has that always been a key genre for you, or what draws you to that?
I mean, horror has always been something I wanted to do. Growing up, I watched all the horror movies, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, you name it. I watched it.
Yep. All the good slasher flicks.
When he wanted to bring in Leave on the Light and Cold Blooded, I asked him, could I do like a horror universe the way the Conjuring's doing? I don't see anybody doing that in the summer thing, so he was okay with it, and the rest is history.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What for those who who've been with us for a while? That y'all know Ben Dunn with Antarctic Press Comics. He's been on the show a couple times, and you have really had a hand in a lot of these newer projects that have been coming out that are sort of changing the industry a little bit and getting noticed. So again, with the horror comics.
Yeah, the horror genre one. I hadn't really seen much of it until I started seeing these things from you. So I mean, that was news to me that this was a thing. So yeah,
you're definitely riding that wave. For people who may not have read the comics Leave on the Light, why don't you let us know a little bit about what that's about? See if we can't sell a couple comics for you.
Okay. Well, Leave on the Light is a horror story about a child murderer. He has been killing children and women for the last 2 years in this lonely New York farm. The cops couldn't catch him. The sheriff couldn't catch him. So what they did, they brought this detective from Mississippi who is known to be a hero cop. And he's been on the dude's case for about, I want to say 10 to 11 months, and finally caught him. Sentenced him to death. He watched this man fry. I mean, he fried. 8 months later, another killing in the same town, the same way that this guy he caught 8 months prior used to kill his victims. And that's where you're going to like the one picked up.
Okay, so it kind of looks like a copycat at first when you see it. Okay.
But definitely with the supernatural
flair
tint to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it kind of brings back the old movie Shocker. from the 80s.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly the feeling I'm trying to reach with this book. Not only this book, but all of my horror books. I want to bring that 80s, 90s horror flair back to comics.
Right, yeah, and there were a lot of good movies like Fallen.
Yeah.
That was another good one. Had the same kind of supernatural kind of killer.
Oh, Fallen. Yeah, that's
with Denzel.
Denzel.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was another good one. Yeah, that's cool, man. You don't see a lot of those. That style of horror has kind of fallen by the wayside now. It's very different nowadays.
Well, and the one thing I like
It's nice
about
to see it again.
I was gonna say the one thing I like about Leave on the Lights is the fact that it's horror for sure, but it's also a thriller, right? And there are two different genres when you think of
Yeah.
horror and thriller. You can have one without the other, but you've done a nice job of blending both of them together for this series. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's a 3-book arc, right?
It is.
3 issues? Okay. So, we have that, and then we have the prequel to it, which is These Damn Kids. Obviously, you can see where a prequel would come from, but the first issue is not out yet, right? I believe it's on a Kickstarter program. Is that correct?
When we started, yes, it is.
Okay, and what's we say prequel to it? How's the setup for this one?
Okay. With these damn kids, we all know about, the children, becoming these little serial killers, or as I call them, cootie kids from the cooties. Gary Marshall, this is where he got his start, is in this series right here. This is where he became the hero cop from Mississippi that we know. It's because he saved this town from this incident.
Okay, so this is more about the police officer or the hero of, I guess, the hero of the.
It's an
Leave on the
origin
Light.
story. Yeah, it's like an origin story of him then.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's the same way I did with horror comics. But with horror comics, y'all see the Ice Cream Man, but that series really isn't just about him. It's about Sarah McKinney, the female cop from Leave on the Light.
Oh, okay. So you're building a broader universe with this, sort of like a.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man.
Universe.
That's very cool.
I like that. Yeah, so you can
yeah.
spiral off into these other characters. You don't have to be stuck in one concept. I love that idea.
And also, it gives the world so much more depth. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so much.
Yeah.
That's great when you have all these stories playing around together. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, I mean, superheroes have had this for decades. We might, and Universal failed at it, but let's
With their dark universe.
Yeah, with their dark universe.
which was a great premise, man, to see all of those. We'd seen it before with all these Universal monsters, and it's sad to see that failed so quickly out that gate.
Yeah.
But hey.
But it looks like you know how to do this, man. You and AP seem to be doing something really interesting here, and we do recommend our readers or our viewers, if you're into horror comics, give it a try. Absolutely.
Well, and then something exciting happened in the past 6 months, right? So you want to talk about that?
Sure. My series Leave on the Light has been picked up by Spirit Rider Production, which is led by Brian Bohan, who did the short called The Rarity. It's won a lot of awards over the last 4 or 5 months. And we got another producer on board. His name is Alexander Ozas. He did a few independent films that was on like Netflix and direct home videos. We've got another movie coming out next year called Paper Champion, a wrestling movie. Okay. And we're currently in the financial and distribution part of getting this film filmed and to theaters.
Awesome, man.
Nice.
That is great.
Very cool.
That was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we
All comics too. All comics has also been picked up with the Cold Blooded.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That's new. That's
brand new.
Is that breaking?
That's brand new. That's breaking news.
Bradley, are you breaking something on the show, man? That is awesome, brother. No, it's always cool, man. What's that call like? What's that feeling like when someone goes, "Oh, hey, by the way, we want to do this proper as a movie"? I mean, how did you feel about that?
Well, at first it seemed like surreal, like, man, this is a prank call. Come on. But after he went over the things that he wanted to do and let them start filming, I'm like, okay, this is legit. So of course, I researched the guy, and sure enough, he looked pretty legit. Man, after all that settled in, I got nervous. A lot of people don't see my vision, and I hope they actually accept it. I hope they like it.
Yeah.
As a horror fan from the 80s and 90s, I mean, does that just give a chill down your spine that, you're going to get to play in the same universe? Yeah,
I see what you did there. Yeah.
But is it thrilling to be able to play in the same universe that you admired for so long, to actually see that you're going to be up there side by side?
Oh man, it's thrilling, man. I mean, like I said before, I've always wanted to do horror. I've always wanted to write something like Jason or something like Michael Myers or something like Freddy Krueger, and it's a dream come true to actually be able to do that.
Cool. I gotta ask this: with the horrible remakes that have been coming out, especially the last Friday the 13th movie, the last Nightmare on Elm Street movie, what would you do differently if you had the chance to play in that universe? How would you revisit these horror icons?
Well, with Freddy, what I would do, I'd take him back to basics, man. So for one, you can't have Freddy without loving him. Bring him back. I mean, let him decide his role as Freddy, and just bring it, like I said, bring it back to the essence of what it was. It was about a man who killed children. The town found out about it, burned it, and out of revenge, he wanted to hunt the children and hunt the parents until they die, pretty much. I'll bring it back to that. Don't try to change it up. Like, you got to get this kind of thing from this place, and
right.
Holy water straight on the bones. Well, I know that's what I'm talking about. I mean, come on.
You bring it back to a Freddy Begins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it was good when it was original. I mean, why mess with it? That's the thing. It was such a good, like, if you're gonna take it and do it again and show another generation of it, why mess with it? It was good when it was made originally. That
remake I've seen so far has to be Halloween.
Absolutely.
Oh, you know what I mean? That's how you do horror right there.
Yeah.
They did it so well on that remake. I got to see it finally, and I was just blown away at how well that they honored the original source material while still bringing something new.
No, I liked it.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
What did you like about it, Jason?
Actually, now that you mention it, I really love the interplay between Michael Myers and the old guy who used to fight Patrick Stewart in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Shut up, Jason. Wait, did you hear a cat? Q?
Yeah. No, not him. The other guy, the British guy.
Yeah,
the guy that Guinan and Pimp slapped in Generations.
Q?
Yeah, him too. No, she stabbed him with a fork.
Q?
Yeah, Q she stabbed with a fork.
Bradley, this is how our show always goes, man. We're sorry in advance.
We apologize.
I actually really liked the mask, though. That was a nice play.
Oh my gosh, that was. Anyway, man, leave us with some final thoughts, man. I mean, with all this excitement going on, congratulations, right? Like that's you got to feel honored about it. Certainly, we can't wait to view what's about to come out. What other future works are you thinking about other than These Damn Kids? Which sounds really weird when you say it that way, right?
That's a beautiful title.
These Damn Kids. You know what? Really quick, why that title? There we go. Thanks.
Well, I mean, I have kids of my own, and sometimes when you tell them to do something and they do everything but what you tell them to do.
Yeah. Everyone who has kids knows why.
You're like, oh, these damn kids.
These damn kids. It also makes me think of Scooby-Doo just a little bit as well, which I think is like, a cute little. It's like a nod to not full on horror, but
right.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. These damn kids. I love that. I love that.
This is like the reverse Scooby-Doo.
All right.
Someone's pulling off someone's mask.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's good. Very cool, man.
Now these damn kids is mostly like children of the corn.
Yeah.
Now, have y'all seen the movie? I saw it on Netflix. It's called Cooties.
I have not.
That's the one with Elijah Wood, right? As a teacher.
Yeah, and the kids started eating chicken nuggets.
Yeah, it's such a wild premise, that movie. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. But if it's a takeoff of that, or something similar to that, that's a good call on that, man. I love that because
it's definitely close to that, but it's mostly like Children of the Corn and the old movie called Slither.
Yeah.
Well, in my book, there's these like little slug thingies that comes out of this guy's body, his mouth, and gets into the kids through their ears or the nose, and turn them into this zombie-like state.
Faculty is what this makes me kind of think of.
Well, the Faculty and back from the '80s, Prom Night.
Prom Night.
Oh, the one with the alien slugs.
Yeah.
Oh, love that, man. That is awesome. I love anything like that, man. It's the premise behind it is good.
Yeah.
So
rock on. Very cool.
Well,
where can we if anybody's looking to pick up your comics, where can they find you? You got some other some different outlets they can log on and purchase?
Definitely through an artist website, but I mean, you can pretty much buy my books at any local comic store.
Okay.
If they have, they sell out pretty quick. Or you can just contact me on Facebook, Bradley Golden, or through Twitter at Bradley Golden 4. And I can, personally directly from me, I even sign for you if you want them signed.
Awesome.
Right. Excellent. Well, we'll go ahead and share that Kickstarter so people know if they're interested in these damn kids, they can go ahead and throw you.
It's going to be so.
Every time we
title,
talk about man, this, we're going to have.
I have so much
fun
with that title.
I love it.
So, but yeah, if they want to throw some coin your way, see if they get something special out of that, we'll share that. And again, Bradley Golden, available apparently wherever comics are sold.
There you go. Well, not Bradley Golden, but it's comics.
Well, yeah, Bradley. Yeah,
Bradley Golden.
Bradley, are you available at every comic book store? Is that what we're saying, man?
Yeah.
He's
actually,
you are?
Actually, I'm trying to come down to Texas and represent AP. Going to a few comic stores.
Yeah.
A few book signings. So I have to talk with AP about that first.
Well, I'll tell you
cool,
what,
man.
Bud, please let us know when that happens so that we can help not only promote that, but fans of yours can go out there and see what it's all about. Maybe we can do an in-studio interview at that time as well.
Yeah, dude.
Or at least take you out for a beer.
Yeah.
Or just have you in the studio for a beer.
Yeah, which we'll do that too. So.
Oh, that smells great, but the drinking part, I don't drink.
Oh, it's all right. We'll drink for you.
That's fine. Not a problem.
All right, Bradley.
I was about you guys, man.
Sounds good, man. It has been a pleasure speaking to you today, bud. Again, that's Bradley Golden, writer of Leave on the Lights, These Damn Kids, horror comics. These are mainly
exciting comics.
Exciting comics.
So yeah, if horror's not your thing, he's got you back with again exciting comics. He redid the classic characters Blackjack and the Ghost. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's a ton of stuff out there for y'all to like. Particularly if you're a comic fan. If you're not a comic fan, go buy the comics anyway. Particularly at Titan Comics, Web Chapel and 635 because we said so.
Can you tell who pays our bills? Bradley, you're always welcome. Go ahead.
I appreciate y'all having me on, man.
Yep.
I do.
Likewise, man. You're always welcome on our show, bud. Everybody, Bradley Golden.
All right.
Thank you, Bradley.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good job. So transitioning from a writer of horror comics and the horror genre to The
horrific.
internet actually saving the world from a true and devastating horror.
Saving the world is a little...
It's a bit much,
it's
man.
a bit much. It is
Did
a bit
you
much.
see the original Sonic design?
Yes,
sir? That was horrific.
Everybody did. Everybody did, which is why I have to hand it. Who was it? Sony? Who's doing this?
I think it was no.
Paramount.
Is it Paramount? Is it
yeah.
okay?
Paramount.
I gotta hand it to Paramount because I know I've heard how much work goes into animating a full movie.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they had a lot of this already done. Once you're going to a point where you're starting to show previews, you've got a lot of work already been put into this film.
That's why they had to push it back as far as they did.
And but I have to hand it to them. Think about the amount of money they spent to go back and change the face of this character after the uproar that was, unleashed upon them by internet.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the face.
And the world.
It was the entire. I mean,
That's true. That's true.
It
was the entire design. They did everything because they put the little spikes on the back of the head and they took it away from the little fuzzy looking.
They tried to make him look like a kid. I mean, like his. If you look at,
the original, it does. It's kind of you said it was creepy, and it was a little weird.
It was hard watching the trailer for it. Like
It
when
was.
it came out, like it was just like, man,
Honestly, it was just the eyes. That's like the main thing. The
That is-
eyes were like human-like
Yeah.
and
And the teeth.
weird, and the teeth.
Yep.
The teeth.
It was creepy.
that's something that stalks you. That's something that Bradley would
Yeah.
have written about.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Going after your children, right
You've
there.
already
Yeah.
got this perfectly this iconic and well-known character. The design is already out there. You don't have to go back and change the whole thing. It's
Yeah.
kind of like what Bradley was talking about with Freddy. Take it back to its original roots if you're going to
Right.
do a remake. It's the same thing with Sonic. There's no need to go out and have some. This was marketing at its worst. Somebody
Yes.
goes, "We need to sit down and we need to put a fresh new face on this." No, you don't.
Yeah.
New Coke was bad. That's why classic Coke is still good.
And it goes back to those producers who think that they know better than I know what the audience wants. No, you don't.
Or they say the audience isn't going to want to see something that they already know it all, so we got to give them something fresh. No, you
Right.
don't have to give them something fresh. If it's good enough and they like it, go ahead and keep giving it to them. I'm
especially-
looking at you, Whataburger.
I'm looking at you, Terminator franchise.
Oh, Jesus.
But but not only that, but especially in a time frame where nostalgia is at an all-time high. How can you not sit there and capitalize on what came before? Just to sit there and say, let's leave it the same.
Yeah.
Let's
But yeah,
leave
you've-
it the same.
that's a very good point. You've got people our age, right?
God,
Writing movies, making
Yeah.
movies, producing movies, because that's what they're into, and they have that fondness for nostalgia. I mean, the Stranger Things alone is
Oh, yeah.
nothing more than a giant tribute to the 80s horror and 80s as it were.
And
Growing up
yeah,
in the 80s
and
as a
Stephen
kid.
King and
Right,
yeah.
Stephen King. Yeah.
Well, it's like we even have shows like The Goldbergs, which are set in the 80s.
True.
The
whole thing,
basically,
yeah.
it's like okay, so when we were growing up, it
Red
was
Oaks
50s,
is another one
right?
like that as well.
When we were growing up, it was a what?
It
No,
wa-
the shows we were watching.
Oh, it was about
were
the
so,
50s.
so a
it
lot
was
of them
about
were
the
set in the
50s
50s.
because
yeah.
again, why? Because
It's about every 30. It's like every 30 years because
yeah.
that's when
because the people
one's
who
popular.
were making
Yeah.
movies and shows at that time.
God, the TV shows 30 years from now are going to suck.
Oh man, we've been
Yeah.
watching that. Well, not necessarily. We've been watching. We restarted That 70s Show, which, by the way, the first 2 seasons are
We're great.
beautiful.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The first season was magic, and the second season they still kept it going. But I don't know. I miss those kinds of shows. I mean, that creative.
I don't think you could do a show like that anymore.
They
Well,
can.
I think, sure, it's the Goldbergs.
Hey, the next one that's coming is going to be. Just wait. In 10 more years, it's going to be the 90s. It's going to be kids wearing Jinkos, lip piercings, eyebrow piercings.
Saying well, they've already had what was called The Whack. It was a movie with
It wasn't with me, man. Don't
no,
point
not
at
with
me.
you, but he had.
I wasn't in it.
He was the fake Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Oh,
Kingsley, Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah, it was called the Whackness, I think is what it was, and it was set in the 90s. And there's this there's this scene where they're yelling, where the kid that's the star and
Was
and
it
Ben
funny in
Kingsley-
your head?
It was, but they were yelling at each other over the phone, and the kid's like, "Peace out forever."
Nice.
It slams
Nice.
the phone down. He's like, "Peace in the Middle East."
Oh, my God.
It was brilliant.
My God, man.
Oh,
All right.
those weird jeans.
I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
feeling old.
So
You should.
they actually redesigned. Let's get back to this.
Okay.
They redesigned Sonic.
Yeah.
Thank
To
God.
actually look
Through-
like Sonic.
Through the one method that we were telling kids not to do, cyberbullying.
Stop
Cyberbullying.
complaining.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
don't pressure someone into that. That's
Well,
horrible.
okay, how much of this could be? Was this does this equate to the level of cyberbullying we normally talk about, or was this just straight up people going, look, you've ruined the character, and this is an iconic piece of our childhood. You're not going to take this from me.
They caved to peer pressure.
Which is
That's cyberbullying.
That's all right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Well, so here's the thing, though.
It's one that worked for the best.
It worked in the favor.
It worked in
That's
favor
true.
of it.
Right.
And I do believe, because I looked at the second trailer and I thought to myself, man, this looks better than it has any right to look.
Yeah.
So
I'm still not
cyberbullying
gonna
for the
see it.
common good, is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
it's like,
We finally harnessed the power, and we prevented a reboot of Princess Bride.
We actually haven't prevented that yet.
that's still.
That
It's
people
still
are
there?
still talking about it.
Damn it.
But I would like to think, and we were talking about this on the way in, I'd like to think that we sacrificed reboots at the altar of Terminator. Because those box office returns
Yeah.
are so bad.
But this
Are so bad,
But
it's killed any type
no,
of
no, no,
sequel.
no, no. Terminator has always had this same problem, except for Terminator 1 and not even that. Terminator 1 at the box office still did not do well. Terminator 2 is the only one that came out and did a blockbuster, and that's because he was still reeling from the amount of money that he blew on The Abyss, which I still don't understand that people don't appreciate it for what it is.
Oh, The
but
Abyss was brilliant.
It's a long, sprawling. It's much like Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah.
It is a long, sprawling, not too action-packed dramatic movie. So it's hard for a lot of people to really get into and enjoy. So he had to come back and go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to Terminator. I'm going to do T2. Arnold's big right now. He's just coming off that high wave of Last Action Hero. And we're going to go, yeah, I know. And so we're going to go ahead and do this.
I'm sorry. I secretly really love that movie.
I do too. That's a guilty pleasure. I love that
Which
movie.
one?
Last Action Hero.
No, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tell you right there, that's a good movie. But again, it's even that one was...
And my movies might be a little out of order for comedic timing, but screw it. It's funny.
It's I don't know. I mean, you got a
True
movie.
Lies.
You got a movie. Oh, True Lies was
True Lies was a
genius.
good movie.
But you do have a movie like the Joker, who made for what was it, less than $50 million,
Yeah.
and it's crossing the billion
But
dollar thing.
Deadpool 1 and 2. They were huge
I'm
hits.
probably going to be shunned right now, but
I haven't seen it.
I don't know what all this hype was about. I really don't.
About Sonic?
No,
About
about
the Joker.
About Joker.
But that's the thing is, I'm okay with people being honest. Like, I'd rather sit next to a person that goes, "Yeah, no," like, and that's fine because that's great. What I don't want to see are this continuous push of, I liked it because the crowd liked it. Then,
Yeah,
no, you're
Exactly,
not
jumping on the bandwagon.
I'm
Get off that.
I'm worried that, and this is like, since we haven't seen it, I am worried that all this hype is going to affect me at the point to where I do sit down and watch this film. I'm going to be like, kind of like how you feel about it, Kat,
Like,
where I'm going to be
let
like,
down a little bit.
what's the
Yeah.
big deal? Like maybe I'll still enjoy it, but I think at this point I'm already at the moment where I'm like, it's not going to be as good as everybody says it
Yeah.
is, just because it can't be.
And I'll tell you,
You know?
because I went into that movie already with the lowest expectations because we talked about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We try to do that every time we can,
Like,
unless
it's
Yeah,
like I
lower,
just-
yeah. To our audience, lowering expectations, particularly for the show, just makes everything better in general.
I love how you pimp our show, man.
yeah, he's not wrong.
Yo, shut up.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Again, you go into a movie expecting it to be terrible when it's not absolutely terrible. You're like, hey, that was a good time. You go in expecting it to be the greatest thing ever. It's
Aim
not
for the
gonna
curb,
be.
kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Aim for mediocre. Aim for mediocre. You will never be let down. And then when you are, you know that it was genuinely bad.
It's good movie advice, bad relationship advice. But thank you, Jason.
I don't know. Just saying.
Wow. All right.
I got nothing. So
Jim Carrey is going to be in this movie.
Jim Carrey actually looks
Sonic,
like he's having
not
Yeah,
the Joker.
Sonic. Yeah, the Joker. I was like, we're making another Joker with Jim Carrey?
Not a Joker movie.
No.
Sonic.
But
He's
it
gonna be
is
in
it is
Sonic.
funny though, the entire thing for the Joker. There will be no sequel. There will be no sequel. There will be no sequel. You made $1 billion, so we got some ideas.
ideas
We
on
got some
sequel.
ideas
Yeah.
around. It's like, dude, leave that cow alone. Like, you milk that one. Count your blessings. Move on.
Yeah.
So in seeing these previews with Jim Carrey in this movie, I'm actually really excited to see him as this character again.
It's been a while since
Because
he's been comedic.
It's been a long time since I've seen him this, for lack of a better word, animated. Right? He's what? I'm sorry, but that's the truth.
That was the other reason for the delay. They re-CGI'd.
They
Jim
re-CGI'd
Carrey.
Jim Carrey. to make him look like he used to. He's full. I mean, this is like Dumb and Dumber level animated movement.
Yeah.
Like the way he is, he's fully there as he was in the comedic performance. I know that, what is it called, Man in the Moon or Man on the Moon or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That thing wrecked him as far as
Emotionally.
It wrecked him emotionally because he got so into his character. So
it looks like a good Ace Ventura movie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm
yes.
again, this trailer is better than any right it has to be.
It's better than any right.
And I want to go. I kind of want to see it. I kind of want to see this.
Yeah, we haven't seen James Marsden in a while.
Anything that wasn't on Showtime anyway, or HBO.
Again, I just don't want him to lose the girl.
He better not.
I love you, James Marsden.
Okay, so he's not allowed to die in this film, and he's not allowed to lose the girl.
It's a kids movie, so I doubt he'll die, but he may still lose the girl.
I've seen Old Yeller. That's a kids movie.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we're not making Old Yeller anymore.
I just watched that 2 days ago.
The wife and I were talking
Disney
about
Plus.
Yes, Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
We were talking about that, and I saw it, and she goes, "It's been a long week. I'm not ready for that."
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ray, why would you set yourself up for that sadness?
We
Oh
did.
my gosh.
We did not. We did not. We instead. What did we? We ended up watching 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Instead.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got to tell you though, rewatching it, the beginning part of it, because I do want to sit down and watch this.
Old
with
Yeller,
my
you
kids.
mean?
Old Yeller.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Doggone it, man! They for like
Doggone
a
it?
10. You get it? For a 10-minute clip of this movie, they're just rehashing scenes like they've got it like on a replay. It's the same scene just being watched over and over again. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking. I'm like, was this like a nature film and I just missed it when I was younger? Because I was just as excited to see the squirrel, the deer, and the fish.
Yeah, you remember that TV? The substitute teacher would roll out on that stand and then plug that thing into the wall. It squeaked the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what
on
you
beta,
would watch.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not that old.
Oh, yeah, Jason.
I went
Slow
to
down.
DeSoto. We had a slightly lower budget.
We went to DeSoto where VHS hadn't reached us yet.
Yep.
That's nice. That's very interesting. That's very interesting.
I think they're just now up to Laserdisc right now. Anyway, support your local school kids. Anyway,
Is this like Canada where the 80s showed up 20 years later?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
go to the mall.
Let's go to the mall. Right.
God.
Right. Okay.
Speaking of soul-sucking
I'm glad you got
device,
that.
Yeah.
I'm all like, speaking of soul-sucking devices,
Right.
So yeah, Disney Plus, man, are they? Is that Skynet? Is
Yes.
it Disney? Is
Disney,
Disney going to be
Google.
Skynet?
Yes.
Is Mickey Mouse the Terminator? Like,
I
they
think
own
more-
everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be who
Big
the
Brother.
Antichrist is.
You know, there's one thing I got to say about Disney Plus. They need to do some work on their UI.
Yes.
Their customer interface, the interface utilizing that is actually kind of a pain in the butt. I know it's just freshly new developed and they put it out there, but I really want to know who did the testing and who said, yeah, that's good. Let's go with that. Because it still worked. We were able to, we had to pause, because 20,000 Leagues, we were getting into it. It's kind of late. We had to pause it and kind of shut it down. I love how this Sonic talk has morphed into Disney Plus.
Because everything's Disney
Well,
anyway.
everything's Disney. Sonic will be owned by
Welcome to
them
Vagabond
eventually.
Nerds, where
Demolition
we
Man
never
was-
stay on topic.
They wouldn't hang
Hence
around
Vagabond.
Hence Vagabond. That's what.
It's like Demolition Man's like, all restaurants are Taco Bell. Now, all things are Disney now.
But yeah, so we. Oh God, that's gonna happen.
Well, it
That
is
is gonna
going to
happen.
happen.
There will be tell again.
Although
Disney's the Antichrist.
I want to finish this because
Oh,
there's
yeah,
something
so-
I want to hear.
well,
after
so
that,
I-
yeah.
well,
So I
you
have
know,
a question for you. Continue.
We watched 20,000 Leagues. We paused it, and then we had to go upstairs and head to bed. Because I get up before Jesus, and so what I do. I'm sorry. That's what
I'm
happens.
gonna go with a no.
Okay, prove me wrong. Find him.
He is right now.
He's
No, I
ris-
can't-
he is-
I can't-
he is
I can't-
risen?
I can't do this joke.
No, he
No,
is-
keep going.
yeah.
Keep talking.
Anyways, so
Don't joke
so
about the Jesus.
Me and Jesus get up together, and hence I got to go to bed early. So we watched.
Now Jesus goes to bed early.
Shut up. We shut this thing down. We come back to watch it the rest of the next day, and I turn on Disney Plus, and you're back on the home screen, and there's no what you've been watching, no pickup, no nothing. You just kind of got to go, all right, I got to go find the movie again. There's no, hey, this is close, this was your recent, this was anything. So I got to
Continue
scroll.
watching.
I got to scroll back to the home.
Love that with Hulu.
Go back to the watch list and
Netflix.
scroll all the way down to the bottom to the one we first picked, which was that
Yeah.
one. Hit play, and I was like, I hope it starts over, otherwise, where we left off, and it did. But it's just
It wasn't as user
It's not
friendly
intuitive.
As intuitive.
It doesn't
because I gotta be honest.
did yours not?
Mine started back over.
Weird.
And it wasn't because I picked start over or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah.
Like it completely started over. So and we've been seeing these issues throughout since it started with people complaining about the same thing.
Interesting.
So
I didn't know that. No, I just figured I was first world problems, petty complaints.
No, it is.
Well,
first world
it's still
problems.
first world. Yeah.
Right, but
it's still petty.
it's
Yes,
petty.
it's
Is
like,
my point.
How
so.
dare this not have something that makes it even
Look,
easier for me to rewatch
absolutely.
something on my big screen television
UI
at will with no waiting?
Only this show could we complain about first world problems while starting the show by going, please donate to kids. Yeah,
Please donate to kids.
Jesus.
UI problems aside, the amount of old Disney content that is on this streaming service is beyond belief. I had no idea they were going to have this and I know it's like, well, dude, it's Disney. Like how
Yeah.
But when you're scrolling through it and you're finding old stuff like, oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. There's a lot of that.
And is that
I,
and that's actually sort of what leads me to my question. Is that going to be like the next big thing? Are people rediscovering these older movies that maybe they didn't know even existed? Like you said, like the original
20,000.
the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, right? With the original Kirk Douglas.
The original
That's
Kirk
good.
Douglas.
I like
that.
That's good.
You know, it's like, I mean, there's a lot of really good movies that they had practical effects. Again, I know Spartacus isn't on there, but what I'm saying is, some of these older movies that are really, really good, they didn't have these huge budgets to do anything. They had to be creative. They had to actually have good acting. Like, is that maybe something that could cause a resurgence of, I don't know, quality films?
No,
Or is that
it-
being optimistic?
It's not that you're being optimistic. It's just that the current way of yes, I think something like this could inspire some people to want to do that, but I don't think that's necessarily the main reason to inspire them. There's other opportunities out there that they would find and go, you know what? I need to take this back to basics. But that doesn't mean that just because you're watching Mary Poppins, you're going to go, okay, wires and an umbrella. That's going to make me
I'm not
fly.
saying, I'm
You
not
know,
saying
I'm
that
not-
wires and I'm not saying that you have to go back technology-wise, but I mean the idea that, hey, you can actually you don't have to rely on special effects to make a good
I
movie.
think they have
you
been.
can just make a good
I
movie.
think they have been kind of doing that. We just mentioned the Joker earlier.
Yeah, and the Joker had barely any special effects.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to have as big as an impact on it as it sounds like you may be not alluding to, but it might have some. I just don't think it's going to be a large impact.
I'll tell you one of the things that caught me by surprise is I ended up going back and watching so many of the Pixar shorts that they have.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And all the way back to Jerry's Game.
Jerry's Game. Oh,
And
that's my
I'm
favorite
just
one.
sitting there and I'm like, and we haven't even gotten to like the meat and potatoes of Disney Plus yet. But just being able to watch that was exciting. And I started thinking about Jerry's Game is already 30 years old.
Don't you say that to me.
I mean, it is. You know, I mean,
no,
it's
no,
just
no,
it's got to be over 25.
no.
Look, Jason,
It can't be 30, dude.
it's over. It's about 25
Wait,
or
this
over.
is Pixar.
It's Pixar.
Was this Pixar with Disney or Pixar split?
This was Pixar prior.
Pixar
Yeah,
prior.
It was before Disney, but still, it's not 30 years.
Because they were, I mean, Pixar was their division, right?
Right. Well,
Inside
the-
that did all this stuff.
Exactly, but the
And
two main
then-
things that came out from Pixar to begin with, 10 Toy, which was the premise for Toy Story, and then Jerry's Game. Those were both something that they worked on prior to really getting acquired
Damn
by
you, Rick
Disney.
and Morty.
So, and I love that Jason's trying to work.
See, okay, I knew that. Yeah. So I was born in '94. This
Right.
came out after I was born. I do remember Jerry's Game. It was 1997,
Damn it.
November 25th. So coming up in a few days, it'll actually be the 25 year.
25th.
Or no, I'm sorry, 23rd.
That's
23rd
not,
year.
23rd, that's not
23rd.
bad.
That's not bad.
That's not
That's
bad.
not bad. It's not 25. It's certainly not 30.
Man, like, slow down, buddy. You're having a heart attack.
Yeah,
there.
you're going to be okay. It's fine. You're aging gracefully. It's not a problem.
Well,
you're doing well.
You're aging anyway. So,
Hey, man.
but
He's
let's
doing well. He's
let's-
looking good.
let's talk about
Sonic.
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 No,
James Marsden,
The Mandalorian.
please.
So wait, was there anything else?
No, we're done.
All right, we're done with
We're
Sonic.
done. We're
All right,
done with Sonic.
Mandalorian, which
Love you, Cyclops.
that was. I think actually I take that back. Yeah, the first thing I think maybe
You'll
the
always
first
be
thing
my
we did
favorite.
watch was
Wait,
Mandalorian.
what? Mandalorian?
I think that So Mandalorian, and the next night we did 20,000. It doesn't matter. But yeah, first episode I've seen. Good.
So is it good?
It's good.
Because all I'm hearing is
all right.
everyone go, ah!
Okay.
I'll tell you what I thought.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Because a lot of people don't even really have Disney.
Like, I'm going to
Plus
wait for a
yet,
while so that Disney can fix its mistakes. Then I'll watch Disney.
No, it's just because you're a cheap bastard.
That's
Anyway,
you don't have Verizon.
yeah,
too.
or a good phone.
That's also true.
The Mandalorian.
This sounds really a lot like a deposition I was listening to yesterday.
But the Mandalorian, it is new while feeling classic. And I love that feel.
That's a very apt description of it. Yeah.
Everything that we've been trying to see, especially with some of these fanboys complaining about the new Star Wars movies, they shouldn't be having complaints on this at all.
Mm-hmm.
There were a few moments that felt dated in a way.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that that's actually a testament to how far they are going to make sure this feels like OG Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6. It definitely, like, there's a point where one of those little droids pops out of a wall to scan like a doorbell, and you can obviously tell it's somebody with a boom mic stand shoving this thing through a wall, and it's like it's moving. But it's perfect because it works. It actually fits the moment in time, as it were.
Right.
So, but there were a couple of little cheesy things where I was like, meh, okay, whatever. But besides that, very small list of characters in this.
A lot. And that was one thing for expansive as the world is of Star Wars in their movies, where they always want to show these different aliens and everything else. They went out of their way to focus on just a few. A few characters.
Yeah, it was really drilled down to a lot of that character, but it was told by the people's reactions around him, which I found fascinating. I love that.
I think like cool. Chris is saying right now in our comments, no, it's not the best thing ever, but it certainly just felt organic watching it.
It was It doesn't have to be the best thing ever to be good.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt. Like I watched it, I was like, okay, it's not super fantastic, but we're also only talking about episode 1 here.
Yeah.
At least the one because that's the only
and
one.
there's
Was it
2
good and did
episodes
it feel
out.
like Star Wars? I mean, I think that's really was it good and did it feel like Star Wars?
It did.
Yeah.
It
It
really
felt exactly like
did. It
Star
felt
Wars.
exactly.
Then I think
you
that's
nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it. That's what you want. I don't think you want the greatest thing ever. You just want good Star Wars.
Yeah, neither do I. I just want a good story, and it was a good. It's if it continues to go this way, I think it's going to turn out to be a very rich, good story.
And Jon Favreau, I mean, you got to hand it to him. Like here's a guy who's
Here's a guy.
I know, I was thinking that too, Madden. Here's a guy that just but
that's
Iron Man.
He does that too. I was thinking Harry Carey.
Yeah, no, I was thinking
You were thinking Madden. I was thinking Harry Carey.
Here's a guy that carries the ball. No. But again, responsible for, Marvel proper is just as much as Feige is. So is John. And then to see him come in and share his vision of Star Wars, I think, doggone it, man. Like, does this man ever run out of ideas, or at least good ideas? I mean,
apparently not. Look what he did with the Jungle Book. I love that. And what he did with King Louis, making him a Gigantopithecus.
King Louis
was brilliant.
Yeah, that and something that I thought was really funny. The driver of one of the speeders, the comedian, Mr. Posehn finally gets his day in Star Wars.
Okay.
Brian Posehn is one of the just small characters, and the fact that Posehn
I started laughing. I was like, oh my god, that's awesome.
Ursula and I we were just like, it's Posehn in Star Wars. He was thrilled. He was like, hell yes, I'll come do it. He was very excited.
Apparently, Scooby was excited to come.
That's how Brian. Have you not heard him?
It's true. It's true. And I love how they dealt with him just as easily too.
Yeah, he's a quick character, just like
I loved it.
He doesn't have to have a big part, but he just got in there, and I'm waiting to see the rest of his cadre cast of comedians make appearances. We'll see what happens.
Well, and just just everything about it, man. From the lore of the Mandalorians to
that's the coolest part to me is if you are a fan of the expanded universe, you're going to really enjoy. I think you're going to really enjoy seeing this kind of start to play out. It's got a good lore, piece to it. So.
And that's again, it's a testament to Jon Favreau, man. I mean, doggone it, he just pulled everything out. and said, "Here, it's in a box."
Just like at the movie theater.
Yeah. Futurama.
Yeah.
But again, if you haven't seen it, start watching it.
If you don't have Disney Plus, sorry. If you do have Verizon as a
It is
cell phone
free
service, you
for
can
a
get
year.
it free for a year through Verizon. So look that up. They'll just give you a login and subscription, and you can get that going. There's somebody else. Was it Hulu or something? There was another service that was going to be doing the same thing that was offering a similar.
I think it
Well,
was.
Hulu,
Was it a
Hulu's-
discount? It was a discount or something.
It's a discount, but it's because the Hulu. Well, Disney owns Hulu now because
So
that's the property of Fox.
basically,
Right.
if you have the Hulu, you can get a discount.
if you have the Hulu,
If you have
have
the
the
Hulu.
Hulu.
the Hulu.
I've never felt more old than I do right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
If you've got the Hulu,
If you got the Hulu, take shots. You want to spread the ointment clockwise. But Hulu, Cat, don't look at me weird. You got
I was in Thailand, picked up the Hulu. Now I got this burning feel.
it's not supposed to burn when you pee, is it? So
Price
Jason,
of
can
this
you breathe?
medication is outrageous.
See, now we've got. I was thinking of
So
like
can
one
we-
of those medication commercials where. Like,
Don't take this medication for any reason.
If spontaneous combustion continues
Right.
after 4 hours,
May
please
cause
discontinue
bleeding, rectal
worse.
leakage.
But now, after that, I'm back to Robot Chicken with the with Captain Kirk.
Oh my god. My favorite. Have you? All right.
All right, stop me
done.
really. Hold on.
I know. I've actually seen some of my favorite of these medication commercials lately. It says, "Do not take if you're allergic to Abreva." It's like,
Yeah.
how am I going to know if I'm allergic to it until I take it?
Exactly.
And then it says reactions may be severe, including death. I'm like, there's only going to be one chance for me to take this medication before I possibly die. Why on earth would you? Yeah, I'm like, this is ridiculous. We've gone way too far now.
It's like there's a problem here.
Yeah.
Was it
Continue.
Christopher Titus who sat there and said when you're looking at all the depression medications?
Oh, yeah.
But then it says
Side
it may,
effects.
side effects may
May
include
cause
suicide.
suicide, yeah.
It's like I'm going to commit suicide, but the suicide note will be inspiring.
Be inspiring.
Why are we here doing this?
I just gotta say that went for a really dark, nasty turn right there.
That went dark really
From
fast.
getting Hulu in Thailand and then going to suicide.
Well, I mean,
Inspirational suicide.
That's not
Cats.
how we're saying that.
Inspirational
If we're getting
suicide.
Hulu-
from,
Yeah.
from now on,
Contracting
you get the
Hulu in Thailand.
I got it in Thailand.
Yeah, in Thailand. Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
Oh.
Apparently, what happens in Thailand does not stay
Stay
in
in
No, it
Thailand.
does
Yeah.
not.
Actually, surprisingly, maybe not even their fish. So
What?
on the book I'm working on.
How the hell did we come? You know what?
Well, it's Thailand. So here's the deal,
Wow.
right? So the book I'm working on, the cryptids of North Texas, the Metroplex area.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
They contracted the Hulu.
they contracted the Hulu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you have the giant catfish at the dams of some of these.
I've
man-made
heard
lakes.
about the giant
Yeah,
catfish.
we've all heard about the giant
Yeah, the
catfish.
giant
So my
catfish.
thought is,
claimed a few noodlers in recent years.
yeah, is that maybe they aren't just supersized, normal catfish.
I got him. Oh no!
No, yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, seriously, noodlers, what the hell? You're just sticking your
Hey,
hands into.
I didn't say anything wrong about him. It was unfortunate
I'm
circumstances.
Well, I'm just saying. No,
Oh,
I mean, that just
wait,
makes
wait,
no.
wait,
They're like,
wait.
I'm gonna stick my hand in this hole. We have
hold on. Even
we
our
have
audience.
snapping.
I mean, they may have bit off a little more than they could
That's
chew.
what I'm
but-
saying.
Wait, but even
What?
our audience right now, going back to the discount for Hulu and Disney.
Thanks for keeping us on
Oh
track.
my god!
Really appreciate that.
Can you guys come back to this?
Can you guys please come back? Because I have Hulu.
Shut up from this
No,
point
I
on.
have Hulu and I want to get a discount.
We might have conger eels, like old One Eye.
No,
Let's go back to this Hulu thing.
so it's
what you got in Thailand?
And Chris is right.
It may cause burning.
Come on.
I can't do it, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
anymore.
All right, so it's Disney, Hulu, and ESPN for
Oh.
$12 a month.
Wow, you can get the
That's
ESPN
actually
too,
you can
huh?
get the ESPN in Thailand.
It's really more of a knockoff, though.
So how did you guys?
Problem is, it doesn't fit.
How'd you guys lose the show? Well,
We started talking
Talking
about
about.
ESPN,
About
catching the Hulu in Thailand.
Yeah, we started talking about streaming services as a
oh, we
venereal
show.
That's pretty much what lost us.
If your streaming service is affected by burning or itching,
Right,
please consult your doctors.
Oh God!
right. Do not take this medication for any reason.
Cat, how are you?
She's ready to go. She's
Cat
ready to
can't
go
even
home,
talk
man.
right now.
She's ready to go home.
I just want to play with my toys over there.
Yeah.
Because so that you don't catch the Hulu, you
Yeah.
play with your own damn toy.
You gotta watch out for that Hulu, man.
I just want to play with my toys.
Oh my god.
That's how you catch it.
Yeah. That's why it's very, very important to wear, condoms.
Not
the ones from
China.
not the ones from China.
China.
Not the ones from China.
Cat, can you please get us out of here? We're done.
Oh my god, this went horrible really fast.
I don't know if it was. I could argue it didn't. I mean, I think we've
Oh my god.
we've alerted a lot of people to some very serious issues.
Always use the cream counterclockwise when dealing with Hulu that she caught from the streaming service.
In Thailand. That's right, in
Thailand.
Thailand.
Because the China condoms were too small.
That's right. That's right.
Which is why it's always best to play with your own toys.
If you are curious to know what we were talking about, feel free to look any of this up on the internet because this is actually based in reality, which is kind of scary.
really
Unlike
worse.
our
It's
show.
really scary that we actually got some current events.
I'm sorry, Jeremy. I think we may have to
Oh,
give you a
shut
discount
up.
on this.
I'm not. Oh man.
Check out your discounts via Hulu.
You know
for
what?
Disney streaming service.
I think we're right. Let's sign out
Let's
now.
go ahead and sign out, though.
So, speaking of discounts, there is a Jeremy over at Titan's going to be having a nice Black Friday sale on November 29th. Go see Jeremy. Say hi.
where you can pick up comics and toys to donate for a very Spidey Christmas if you so desire.
Yes, you
Exactly.
can. Yes, you can.
And we'd like to thank Bradley Golden for putting up with us for as long as he did, and Dallas
And if you're
on
still
Air.
listening, this is how the
DallasOnAir.com.
show always goes.
For actually hosting us and letting us spew this crap.
And we will have links to his latest Kickstarter as well as to how you can support a very Spidey Christmas and bring happiness to many South Dallas
That's right.
children
Where can
That's
they
right.
find
this year.
us, Jason?
You can, why in God's name would you want to find us? But if you do, you can find us on Facebook and YouTube, Vagabond Nerds. We will have the website up eventually.
That's right. Check out our valuable PSAs.
Yep. Until then, we will see y'all next time.
Thanks.
Oh, stay safe
Bye.
out there.